hesitate to call because that's kind of what we do as medical case managers is make sure that people have their health and safety needs met.
Gotcha. Well, you've messed up now. I'll be calling you. We're friends now. So, okay. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
So she's calling the list. She's right. She's assigned to somebody.
Yeah. So that helps. So at least we can get it.
So she said they could use a crisis situation to pull him off the list and get.
Yeah. So we'll see.
And then she was like, "Oh yeah, I've been over there."
Okay.
And let me save that waiver support coordinator info.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to have 4 patients, guys. And we got a new title for you, so you just got to complete your pre-enrollment.
Okay. I'm ready. Whatever you say. I live to serve, pleasure to please. So how did we go from
1 to
possible to 3 possibles?
Because he got Antoinette to the top of his list. So this lady got referred by the one Antoinette's helping get off the waiting list. And then the one with the cancer situation, that's from Arlene. And then the other one, she came to the open house. Remember that older lady that kept hanging out with Nikki?
Yeah.
Her son is about to come here.
So the email blast I sent out the other day, her waiver support coordinator saw it and then sent it to her. And then she was like, "Oh, I've been over there."
But the thing is, she's been here before and got our information.
She's not ready to place him. She still don't want to place him. But I was like, I got 2 days a week that I can send somebody to your house.
No,
so you
her
can get
problem is that they feel like they're giving them away.
Yeah.
It's the guilt. So she got to just overcome the guilt.
Yes. So,
and she could come visit. Like her, I don't mind. She do not be in the way. Like, come over here, hang out with them.
And having the open house, her being able to come and
yeah, she was here. Yeah,
just feel the vibe.
Yeah, she liked it.
I understand a lot of parents being hesitant, reluctant, the guilt, like you said.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible,
That's how she said. She's like, "Can I come visit him? Can he come home?" Yes, you could just gotta sign him out. We give you your meds and you bring him back. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So all the days work. That's a quick day. My Lord. Okay. You had mentioned earlier about providing services outside of the home.
Yes.
And we're currently looking to expand and add patients. Can you give us an update on some of the different patients that have come to us, and in the same vein of community and the relationships that you make, how these relationships that you formed have provided you with some of these referrals?
So let's talk about how you get patients into the home. They do not magically appear. There is a little bit of work to do, and especially for our population, which is a little bit of a niche, there are not a lot of medical group homes, and not as many patients that need that service as there would be like behavioral or other standard intellectual or developmental disabilities that are non-nursing adjacent. So within APD, there is a referral system based on what your service listing includes. As a consumer or a client comes into the system looking for placement of services, they're going to do an email blast out to all the homes that match those needs. Then you review that referral. And if you're interested in that client, you pick up the phone, you call the waiver support coordinator, ask whatever questions you have. You can schedule a visit to visit that client in their home, and you can also schedule a visit for the client and their parents or guardian to come and visit your home. So that's the normal process. But sometimes that well is very dry. So you have to get a little scrappy and creative with drumming up opportunities for yourself. So some of the things that we have done is attending conferences related to the group home space so that we can meet other group home providers and meet the people that work in the agency. You can also do email blasts to all of the waiver support coordinators within your region. So your agency will provide you a list of all those people. So you can do scheduled regular email blasts. Just, hey, here's my home. Here's what we offer. We currently have space or availability right now. I like to include pictures of the home because I think my house is sexy. And if they saw it, they would all want to be here. Relationships. So maintaining relationships with everybody you meet. Like I talk a lot about the relationship with the first home that sent us a patient and maintaining that to this day because they are a pediatric home and eventually their consumers will age out and need placement in a home for adults. So I want to make sure that they know that we're available to support their patients as they look to transition into an adult home. So it's that maintaining the relationships with homes that are adjacent to like what it is that you do. What else have we done? Relationship with your agency. They are sending out the referrals. They're placing people at home. So I probably spend about a week calling anybody who would answer the phone within the agency just to check on, the referral process. I'm noticing that I'm not seeing a lot. What can I do about that? And we found out that they didn't even have my shit right in the system. So they didn't have me classified correctly. They didn't have me classified for rehab. So although I had been licensed for over a year, there were some gaps in the way that the files were kept that was limiting my visibility. So we were able to sort through those things. And then just from that exercise, I now have relationships with these individuals that I can reach out to and call. So I invited them all over to the house because, again, I feel like what we're doing here speaks for itself. And once somebody can come here, see it, and experience it, I become top of mind or a place for them to refer. So I actually was able to get the head of clinical and her team out to the house. And so now, as consumers are coming in need of nursing, they have to pass through this team. And knowing that that team doesn't really go out to houses, the next time someone comes in that needs nursing services, I'm going to be the first one on their mind because of the experience that they had at this home, the relationship that we had been building through email and over the phone, the way I'm asking questions, the way I'm advocating for my patients. Like all of these things goes into the memory bank of the people that are making placements. And so hopefully we see some return on that investment at some point here. We do have a couple potentials or pending situations. So a relationship with another group homeowner led to a referral. Well, 2 referrals actually. I've been able to meet and talk to each of those parents and start working through some situations. One parent needs to get on the waiver so that her son can be placed. So I'm following up with her waiver support coordinator, helping her navigate that process to make sure that she gets the services that she needs. And whether she places him here or not, at least she will have the service. She may choose that she wants to keep him home and have people come to the house and provide service, which we can also do. But whether it's me or not, at least she will have gotten what she needs.
Can you talk about how long she's been seeking?
Yeah, she's been without services or supports for like 10 years. And it's because, just like I had the gaps and some things fall through the cracks on my file, if that's happening to me, it's happening to other people, it's happening to patients. So you have to be able to follow up consistently and sometimes aggressively to get the things that you need. But if you're the parent at home with a kid that's 100% dependent on you for everything, and you're also working full time, it is easy to let those things fall apart on you. It can be too much. And so now I can step in and provide that additional support with the weekly calls to the waiver support coordinator, getting information and then communicating it back to her and guiding her on what she needs to do to get that done. And then we have 2 other clients with parents that are aging and getting to a point where they need to make plans for what will happen to their kid should their health continue to decline or they get older. So I'm working with them to help segue that. So, for example, we're going to do an in-home visit for one client today. They've already come to the house and visited the home. Normally, when a patient comes in, we'll do an on-site visit with them first, and then if we're interested in them, invite them to the home. For this particular patient, the parent actually came to our grand opening. So she was already familiar with us. She spent some good time with us. My family was here. So she got to know us in a way that most clients wouldn't necessarily get to know. But at the time, she wanted in-home services, and we were only offering in our home services. So now that we're, more advanced in what we're doing, fully staffed, we can do some out of home. So we're going to visit her today. And this is not a do we want to work with them visit. We've already decided we want to work with them. This is exploratory. Like, what is this individual's current day-to-day and environment so that we can understand what they do, what they like and don't like, and try to recreate that environment here in our home. My goal for this would be to have his day-to-day here be as similar to what he experiences at home for minimal discomfort and adjustment. We're trying to do respite, which is like temporary care where either a person comes for a couple hours or a day or two so that he can get comfortable here, build a relationship with our staff. We get to know his family better. And then eventually over time, that may lead to a permanent placement as his mom continues to age. But by the time we got to that, we will have had this runway of, relationship building, patient understanding, family interaction, so that by the time he has to transition to long term, it's not like this jarring, my whole world just flipped upside down. It's, oh, okay, I'm spending more and more time at this other place that I go to. And it can be an easier transition because with this population, people tend to just move them around and bounce them around like it doesn't matter. Yes, they may not be able to communicate and they may not be as aware of everybody else, but environments have impact on the people that are in them. Just because he ain't tell you, I promise, when our first patient came, he was somewhere else for 10 years. And now all of a sudden, he's at this new place with new people. His whole world is flipped upside down. He may not be able to share that, but you have to know that there is some level of impact involved with that. So whatever you can do to minimize that would be great. So I actually like this model of starting with respite, where somebody's coming for a day or two or a couple of hours and working up to a full-time placement. I think that transition would be better on the patient, better for the families involved, and better on our staff as well. So I think this is the first time we're doing this, but I think moving forward, this will be a part of the process. Now, of course, there's always going to be an instance where immediate placement is needed and that's not possible, but where you can do it, we're definitely going to.